All right. So let's start off with number 5 of the 5 fat loss mistakes you're making that you don't even know you're making. So number 1, or I'm going to start with number 5. Okay. We're going to go 5 all the way to number 1. Okay. So at 5, it's changing the philosophy of your program too often / not knowing the philosophy of your program / not knowing what philosophy is right for you, like what your personal philosophy is. So really just being oblivious to your own personal philosophy, changing the philosophy of your program way too often, and then also just not even knowing, not even being aware of what the philosophy is of the program. Okay, so it's a lot kind of packed into one, but it all comes down to philosophy, right? So I'll get a lot of people who will say, oh, I followed keto for 60 days, and it wasn't right for me. It wasn't sustainable. So I did Whole30, and I did that for a little bit. And then I started following some influencer workout, and I started doing that. And literally every month, every couple months, they're changing plans, and they're literally changing philosophies nonstop. Okay. So that's a big mistake that I see people make all the time. And when it comes to the workouts, I'll see people go, okay, well, I'm going to try HIIT workouts for a month or 2. And then I'm going to try just doing straight weight training for a month or 2. And then I'm going to do cardio for a month or 2. Or they'll start doing class. I'm going to do yoga. I'm going to do this. And they're just nonstop, right, with changing what they're doing and never really allowing a chance for whatever philosophy they're following to actually work, because A, they're not following it long enough, and B, they're not being consistent enough. So they're just changing it way too often, right? Or a lot of times I'll hear people say, oh, I'm looking for a program that works for me. That's why I'm trying so many. And I'll tell you this, true story. There is not a program out there that works for you. Okay. There's no such thing as a program that just works for you. Every single program has to be modified to you, has to be modified to your habits, has to be modified to your goals, has to be modified to your lifestyle. So there's not a program out there that works for you, because it has to be modified. Whenever I create a program for somebody, I'm not creating a program based on what I think they should follow. I'm looking at, okay, where are you? What's your starting point? What's going on here? What are the things you like? What are the things you don't like? What are the things you're more likely to stay consistent with? And I build it from you out versus the other way. I don't say, hey, you got to adapt to me. No, I'm doing a lot of adapting to you. And you, of course, you're going to have to adapt to science a little bit, right? But there's no program out there that just works for you. Everything has to be modified to you. So if you're on the search of looking for a program that works for you, you're going to be searching forever, because it's the modification process is really where the gold is. Okay. So number 5, just changing your philosophy way too often, trying different programs every 30 days, not getting anywhere, or you don't even know you don't even know that there's a philosophy at all. And you aren't self-aware of what your own personal philosophy is. Okay. So that's number 5. Okay.